Picture this for a moment.
The guy who used to be the king of Hollywood, the actor who played Captain Jack Sparrow, sitting quietly and watching all the crazy stuff happen while choosing to stay quiet. For many years, Johnny Depp didn't say anything. But what if staying quiet wasn't because he was weak? What if it was part of his plan? Because now it looks like Johnny is finally ready to let the truth come out, and it's way more shocking than anyone thought it would be. The lies, the girlfriends, the backstabbing. This story isn't just about a broken heart, it's about lying, secret relationships, and the crazy bunch of secrets that almost ruined one of Hollywood's most loved actors. And the really wild part is that it seems like Amber Heard had not one, not two, but 5 secret relationships that were carefully hidden from everyone until right now.
So get comfortable.
Because by the time this story ends, you'll understand why Johnny's side of the story might not just make sense, it might be impossible to deny. When Johnny first met Amber, everyone saw what looked like a fairy tale. The mysterious bad boy meets the beautiful rising star. Fancy red carpet events, magazine photo shoots, romantic trips. They looked like the perfect Hollywood couple. But behind those perfect smiles, things were already starting to fall apart. According to people who knew Depp well, the warning signs showed up early. Weird phone calls at strange times, text messages she would quickly erase, nights when she would vanish, saying she had to work. Johnny, being the romantic guy he is, tried to ignore all the signs. Love makes you blind, and for him, it made him want to believe everything was okay. But the rumors wouldn't go away.
The first time he really suspected something was seriously wrong was during one of Amber's movie projects in another country. The story goes that she got way too friendly with the actor she was working with. People working on the movie noticed it. Everyone was talking about it. Hanging out when they weren't filming, late dinners together, private practice sessions, stuff that didn't seem just professional. Johnny tried to act like it didn't bother him. He didn't want to look jealous or worried, but deep inside, he knew something had changed. When he finally asked her about it, things blew up. One person who knows about it described it as a huge fight that left their house completely silent for days. Amber said nothing happened, of course, but from that moment on, Johnny never trusted her the same way again. Then the second relationship happened.
And this one hurt even more, because this time it wasn't someone she was acting with. It was someone else in the movie business, a guy with lots of power, someone who knew the same people as Johnny. Amber said it was just networking. Business meetings, parties, work dinners, but the text messages showed something completely different, something that wasn't about movies or business deals. It was about a personal connection. Johnny found out later from friends they both knew. The betrayal really hurt, not just because she cheated, but because she lied so easily about it. One of Johnny's close friends once said he didn't just lose his wife, he lost his ability to know what was real. The third relationship people say happened was the one that truly broke everything apart. It wasn't just rumors anymore. This time there was actual proof.
According to people close to what happened,
Johnny discovered it through security camera videos from one of his fancy apartments. What he saw in those videos left him unable to speak. He didn't talk about it in public, but he didn't have to. His silence told everyone everything. From that point forward, he started staying away from her. He wasn't mad in the way most people would be. He was really, really sad. He had given her everything, his home, his love, his whole world. And what did he get back? Betrayal. But as shocking as that was, it still wasn't over. Because then the fourth relationship came along, and this one was with someone whose name you definitely recognize. A super rich tech guy. Yes, that one. The one whose name kept coming up in court testimony, text messages, and leaked information.
people say that Amber and the billionaire had secret late-night meetings, private elevator rides, sneaky ways of coming in. Security guards confirmed strange visits that happened on nights when Johnny was away working. Imagine being him away, filming a movie, trusting her,
And meanwhile, someone else was sneaking in through the back door. When Depp found out, it wasn't just anger, it was embarrassment. He supposedly told a friend, "It's like everyone in the world knew, and I was the last person to find out." And then there's the fifth one, the most shocking, the most hurtful, the one that wasn't just betrayal, but was just plain mean. Because this relationship, according to people on the inside, involved someone from Johnny's own group of friends, someone he thought was his friend, a person he trusted completely. For Johnny, that wasn't just cheating. That was like a personal attack. When someone close to you betrays you, someone you let into your house, into your private life, that's the type of hurt that doesn't go away easily. People say that Johnny once sent a message to a close friend saying, "I gave her everything. She gave me back betrayal." Those few words, full of pain, show everything he felt. You can hear the sadness in them. You can hear how shocked he was. But here's the part that really changes how people see this whole story. Johnny's silence wasn't him being weak. It was actually power. People who study behavior and have looked at his interviews say that Depp's calm, quiet way of dealing with things wasn't him running away. It was him being in control. He knew that the truth doesn't need to be loud. Truth always comes out eventually. While Amber went on TV shows, gave interviews, and made herself look like the victim, Johnny waited. He collected evidence, text messages, pictures, emails, even backup copies of files that had conversations and images that, according to whispers in Hollywood, could show everyone the full reality of what really happened. Some people on the inside even think he's saving all of that stuff for something big, maybe a documentary that tells everything, or a final interview where he shares all the details. He's always been about telling stories, and this might be his most personal story ever. Meanwhile, there's talk that one of Amber's supposed boyfriends is thinking about speaking up publicly. Imagine how crazy that would be, a public confession that could completely change the entire story. For years, Depp's reputation was painted as damaged, unstable, even scary. But as the truth is coming out, the world is starting to understand maybe he wasn't the bad guy after all. Maybe he was the one who got tricked and hurt. And while Amber's career has had a really hard time recovering, Johnny's has done the complete opposite. He's back and doing better than ever. From movie projects to working with Dior to his music, his comeback proves that truth has a weird way of rising above all the noise. Now, here's something interesting that most people don't notice. When Johnny talks now, he doesn't attack anyone. He doesn't insult people. He simply lets his words make an impact. That calm way of speaking, that's not him giving up. That's power. It's like he knows the truth is finally speaking for him. And let's be honest, even without saying specific names, everyone in Hollywood knows who those 5 secret relationships were rumored to be with. You can see it in the whispers, in the interviews, in the sudden quietness from people who used to defend her. The pattern is obvious. The more you look at it, the more it all starts making sense. The strange timelines, the overlapping relationships, the messages that got deleted. It's all part of a puzzle that, when you put it together, shows a story way darker than anyone thought possible. But the part that really stays with people isn't the cheating, it's how Johnny dealt with it. No yelling, no public scandals, no messy revenge. Just quiet respect for himself. That's what changed everything for him. He turned his pain into patience. He let time be his proof, and now the whole world can see it. One person who studies body language recently said, Johnny's self-control might have been his best weapon. Because in a world that loves drama, being quiet really stands out, and his silence was louder than any public statement could ever be. Behind the scenes, people who work in Hollywood are talking more than ever. And not just the gossip magazines this time. People who have worked closely with Johnny Depp are whispering that he has a huge collection of unreleased evidence. Stuff the public has never seen. Stuff that could completely change how everyone sees what really happened between him and Amber. These aren't just old pictures or random texts. We're talking about screenshots, videos, recorded phone calls, and even personal diary entries that were never shown in court because his team wanted to win with dignity, as one insider described it. According to someone who used to work at a big entertainment law office, Depp's lawyers had tons of files that were labeled too personal or too explosive to share with everyone. They were meant to keep his private life protected, but they might also have the final pieces of this long, painful puzzle. One assistant who was there during the court case days said Johnny was always calm, almost strangely calm, even when things looked really bad for him. And now people think they understand why. Because he knew time was working in his favor. He didn't need to yell and scream to prove the truth. He just needed to be patient. Hollywood is a small town, way smaller than most people realize. News spreads quickly in movie studios, production offices, and even among public relations groups. And lately, the news is that a few streaming companies, really big ones too, have been quietly contacting Depp's representatives. Netflix, Hulu, and even Apple TV Plus are rumored to want exclusive rights to make a documentary called The Unfiltered Truth. The idea is a behind-the-scenes story that finally lets Depp speak openly without lawyers, without edits, without court rules. There's also talk that several journalists, really famous ones who have won awards, have reached out to him wanting a detailed sit-down interview, the kind that could change everything, similar to Prince Harry's or Oprah's tell-all conversations. But if you know Johnny, you know he's not rushing into anything. He's a storyteller. He wants the timing, the mood, and the truth to line up perfectly. A source close to him even said he doesn't want revenge. He wants people to understand what happened. Meanwhile, the news media that once destroyed his reputation has started to change its tune. Reporters who used to believe everything Amber said are beginning to question what they wrote. Articles that once called him the villain are now quietly being changed or removed completely. It's subtle, but it's definitely happening. Hollywood doesn't say sorry directly, it just slowly rewrites the story. And then there are the mysterious leaks. Every few months, something new seems to pop up. A clip of audio, a message no one has seen before, a photo that doesn't match up with Amber's story. Each time it happens, the internet goes crazy with theories. Fans pick apart every single detail, wondering if these releases are just random, or if someone from Depp's team is carefully, purposely letting the truth out bit by bit. Some people on the inside believe Depp's close group of friends is protecting a master collection, like a digital safe full of everything he's gathered over the years. Photos, texts, voice recordings, call records, and personal notes, all organized and marked with dates and times. People say that he's been keeping it protected, not to get revenge, but so the truth is clear. Because for him, the truth isn't about punishing anyone, it's about finding peace. A movie studio boss once explained it perfectly. Johnny knows he doesn't need to prove anything anymore. The world already saw the truth peek through the cracks. Now, he's just deciding when, or if, he wants to open the door all the way. And that's why the industry can't stop talking, because if even half of those rumors are actually true, that collection could be the most shocking Hollywood reveal in many years. It could change careers, reputations, and maybe even change how the world remembers one of the most public celebrity fights of all time. Whether he decides to speak up or stay quiet, one thing is certain. The situation has already changed. The truth isn't hidden anymore. It's coming up, slowly but surely, and everyone in Hollywood can feel it happening. And here's what's like poetry. For years, Amber tried to control the story, but in the end, it's Johnny's calm truth that's rewriting everything. His comeback isn't just about work, it's emotional. It's about taking back his name, his peace, and his life. The scandals might have hurt him, but they didn't destroy him.
Actually, they showed who he really is.
A guy who loved with all his heart,
Got betrayed in the worst way, but still managed to come back with grace and dignity. That's really rare in Hollywood. So now the question is, what do you believe? Do you think these secret relationships were the real reason everything fell apart? Or was there something even darker happening behind the scenes? Whatever you think, one thing is for sure. This story is nowhere near finished. And when Johnny finally decides to tell it himself, it might just shake up Hollywood all over again. If you've been following this journey, make sure to stick around, because the next part of this story could reveal how Johnny's private detective discovered the biggest betrayal of his entire life. And let's be honest, if the past gives us any hints, the next chapter might just be the craziest one yet. So, what do you think? Was Johnny's silence his greatest strength, or was it the calm before the storm? Let me know what you think down below. I read every single comment, and if you love deep dives into Hollywood's hidden truths, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will leave you speechless. After all, in Hollywood, the truth doesn't just come out, it explodes.